a lie, is a lie. Christmas is a lie, is a lie, is a lie. It's another wicked lie. He has to. Is a lie, is a lie. Christmas is a lie, is a lie, is a lie. It's another deadly lie, flying everywhere. Oh, is a lie, is a lie. Christmas is a lie, is a lie, is a lie. It's another wicked lie. Yeah, he has to. I just want to make this clear to you. Don't wish me happy Christmas. Do for me what I want you to do for me. Don't tell me Merry Christmas. Take my word the way it is. Don't wish me happy Christmas. It's what you eat, it's what I done, it's what you love, it's what I hate, it's what you know, it's what I done, it's what you need, it's what I will never need. I just wanna make this clear to you. Don't wish me happy Christmas. Do for me what I want you to do for me. Don't tell me Merry Christmas. Take my word the way it is. Don't wish me happy Christmas. It's what you eat, it's what I don't, it's what you love, it's what I hate, it's what you know, it's what I don't, it's what you need, it's what I will never need. It's not needed in my soul, it's not needed in my spirit, it's not needed in my life, it's not needed. It's not needed at all. It's not needed. It's not needed. It's not the feast of my joy. It's not needed in any way in me. It's not needed. This is the tree. He has me not to touch. The tree of Christmas. This is the tree. He asked me not to eat from the tree of Christmas. This is the tree. He said, don't let it play your mind. The tree of Christmas, a deity. His presence is death. Don't let him touch you. His voice is death. Don't let him touch you. His ways is death. Oh, neither you touch it. Neither you touch it. Don't let this seem good to you. At the end is where music don't know death. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Christmas is a lie, is another wicked lie. This my sad is your heart, that someone is batching. Oh, your wonderful feast, Christmas, your Christmas. It my heart, your soul, that someone is talking bad about your joy of Christmas, the very joy of your life, as you know best, the very joy you thought of your life. But let's face reality, feelings have nothing to do with these, but history, but his root, where Christmas come from, where did it come from? It originated, it's built in blood. It originated, yeah. This tree said no to my salvation. This is the tree that said no to my salvation. Here comes the tree again. And I said no to my deliverance. This is the tree that said no to my freedom. This is the tree. This tree is the fighting so hard for mass destruction. He said yes to mass destruction right from Genesis 3. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This tree said no to my salvation. The tree of your Christmas is a deity, is a wicked deity. This tree said no to my deliverance. The tree of your Christmas said no, is a wicked deity. Ooh, yeah, 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 whoa. Ooh, it's a wicked deity. The tree of knowledge, the tree of knowledge of good, the tree that has knowledge, wicked knowledge of evil, intelligent lies to enslave you and to put you in bed with it, to put you in bed with it, yeah, yeah, yeah. Another lie he told, deceiving the whole world. Revelation 12, no, the great dragon deceived the whole world. The unsaved, Genesis 3, the unsaved, yeah, yeah. Oh, is your Christmas tree. All right now, family, to Abayewa be all glory for the little ability that I have for now. I know the time will come, it's going to be heavy, eh? It's going to be fire for fire, of course, when the anointing powerful is being released and all instrument is there. Oh, now it's going to be so wonderful to the glory of Abayewa. It's going to be angelic praises, angelic worship, yes. That is what I'm made for. That is what I've been called for. So, family, here we are again in the heavenly courtroom of Abba Yehovah with this powerful life-giving message already titled for you and me right at part 1, in which in the family exposed called Justin Kenadesa Bangbe, his family's name, Facebook user's name, Favor Johnson, Flash Lady, they bury their own dead part 1, 22, 2 and 2. All right, now, that is the Yehudiah or Yazrael alphabet 22. We have just 22. We don't have 26. All right now. So family, case I share this in the news feed like I said before. You haven't listened to one way down to 21. Please kindly go and do that. Don't be lazy, okay? We are teaching demonology over here. So from part 21 we see the law that Christendom is supposed to keep, okay? So we are still on that point, all right? So the point simply says that she said, in Christmas, before Christmas, they share much blood. Let me see so that I won't be misquoting. Okay. She said they kill more souls before Christmas in order for them to have much blood to drink. Okay. When she was confessing, she never said even call it blood. She said wine. Because we are the one calling it blood. But today it said it's a wine. Okay. It said so before few months to Christmas, they slaughter more souls, all this accident, whatever, all this, destruction that is going on. It said they can also use war, okay, just to shed blood. Anyhow, a soul can be killed. They just go for it. Why? Because on December 25th is the birthday of Lucifer, and it's the greatest feast of it all. That is the last point, and it's being celebrated powerfully. It's a feast that is shaking the kingdom of darkness. December 25th. It's Lucifer's birthday, not our biblical Messiah birthday. No, the other deity that comes in his own name. I come in my Father's name, you receive me not. Other will come in his own name, and ye shall receive. That is John 5:43, which is the very man of sin, Jesus Christ of where did he came from? Babylon, Greek, is all together at the end, the link of fire. So right now we see on the second part of this point one. Let's dig into another tree. Now Jeremiah chapter 10, verses 1 to 5. I once discussed this, but I want to take it now more in another form because a sister also asked for more clarity. Said she need clarity because the vision that came out from that, she said, please, in your next subject, can you do me this favor? I said, what? He said, please just discuss more. He said, because that part caught attention. The breakdown by the power of the Ruach HaKodesh said it really caught attention. Please, she want to know more about the silver and the gold, of which I first of all disclosed it, but not in detail. So prior to our request, I had now added it. I said, okay, no problem. We are still in the topic of Christmas. So here I am. Jeremiah chapter 10, 1 to 5. Hear the word which Yahuwah spake. Okay. Hear the word which Yahuwah speaketh unto you, O house of Yisrael. Okay, so the house of Yisrael, not necessarily, not just us alone, he is speaking to the four corner of the earth. I forgot the place, I think it's John chapter 10. He said, you will not finish preaching he said you will not finish preaching in the house of Yisrael before the author of life will come. So if it is just Yisrael over there, so 2,000 years, it's going to take them 2,000 years to be preaching in only Yisrael, the Holy Land. No, the house of Yisrael is the four corner of the earth, which is Revelation 21. We see that over there, the 12th gate is in the four corner of the earth. All right, so when he say house of Yisrael, it's also again including the whole world now. All right, now, verses 2. Thus saith Yahuwah, learn not the way of the heathen, because we are going to be mixing, conjoined together in the ways of the Gentile, but you will be in the midst of the Gentile. Don't practice, don't take their practicing, okay? And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. You will know what that is. What was the sign given unto? Is the sign of about Messiah, okay? The one that is going to be birthed here on earth, and dwells amongst us, guiding us and leading us way back to the ways of righteousness and holiness, okay? And Isaiah of 7:14 makes that so clear. I'm going to give you a sign. It's a sign. Just as Shabbat is a sign, weathering in a married woman hand is a sign, and the same, other deity have a sign. It's the signs of heaven. But you don't get carried away by that signs. Okay, right now. For the Gentiles are dismayed about it. It is the Gentile that is running after the signs of another man. Yeah, that is their father in a nutshell. Let's take it that way. 3 now. For the custom of the people are vain. You worship Yahuwah in vain. Your worship is Sunday this month is in vain. Christmas. For one cutteth a tree out of forest. Okay. The works of their hands. Okay. The works of their hands of the workman with the axe. Now you now want to go and bring out that tree is a deity. I first of all disclose it. Maybe I'm going to talk more about that. So let me see first. So I'm not going to read it. Let me just quote it. A tree is a deity, okay? Genesis chapter 2 verses. Now we see the tree of life over there. We also see the tree of the knowledge of good and evil over there in the center of the garden, which is the whole world, in the center of the whole world. Okay, is a two tree. The other life, tree of life, we were permitted to eat of him. That is to eat his flesh, just as I discussed already in part 21, and drink his blood, okay, which is the Old Testament and the New Testament. But the other tree will be commanded never to have anything to do with him, because he has this wicked evil inside of him. He fall into lust. He's also going to be teaching you how to do that. Revelation 22, 1 to 3, we see the tree of life over there. Again, Romans 11, we see he has raised a tree, and Gentiles, they are also being called a white olive tree. That came from a white, which is the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Daniel chapter 4, we also see Nebuchadnezzar is a king as well. All right now. So we have done with that. So now you will now go and cut and bring him out. So these trees in the wilderness, what sent you to the wilderness? That is the day of atonement. Leviticus chapter 16, 20 to 22 make it so clear. Azazel goat, which is the dragon, the author of sin, all sin will be confessed upon his own head and be sent to the wilderness. And you will not go and bring him out. You bring that tree out, it's a symbol you bring back against serpent to your life. So it would be great if I read it. Leviticus 16, 20 to 22. And when he had made an end of reconciling the holy place and the tabernacle of the congregation and the altar, he shall bring the Azazel goat, and Aaron shall lay both his hand upon the head of the Azazel goat, and confess over him all the iniquities of the children of Israel, and all their transgressions in all their sins, putting them upon the head of the Azazel goat, and shall send him away by the hand of a fit man into wilderness, and the Azazel goat shall bear upon him all their iniquities unto a land not inhabited, and he shall let go the Azazel goat in the wilderness. So you go now to Azazel goat in the wilderness, you Gentile, and you not cut that tree out from bondage, and you not bring it into your house in order to use it to rob us, the people of the book. Now, who dwells in the wilderness? Here I am, Revelation 73 again, here we are. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 7 horns. Did you just get that? Who dwells in the wilderness? The ministry of this beast is in the wilderness because they put on red dragon, they put on red garment, which simply speaks of sin. Isaiah 1:18 to Isaiah 1:18. If your sin is red as crimson, if it is like scarlet, that is sin, breaking the royal law. And this woman, which is a ministry, a whore, a great prostitute, is in the wilderness, and her career is also in the wilderness. That dwells in the wilderness. And you now go and cut the tree of the knowledge of good and evil from his band and loose him and bring him into the house. What? We put some more. So let us get some account from the book of Anuka, the 7th from Adam, okay, the one you call Enoch, about the Azazel goat. Here we are in the book of Anuka, chapter 8, verses 1. And Azazel taught men to make swords and knives and shields and breastplates, and made known to them the metal of the earth and the art of working them, and bracelets and ornaments, and the use of ointment. I'm sorry for the disturb. I took it out already. So we verses 1 as well. Was verses 1. And the metals of the earth and the art of working them, and bracelets. I'm still reading the book of Anuka chapter 8 verses 1. And ornaments, and the use of antimony, and the beautifying of the eyelids, and all kinds of costly stone, and all coloring tinctures. Did you see? He taught women how to seduce men, makeup and all, how to color your hair, all these weapons of war. Azazel is the one that is why all sins must be put. Fornication, he taught it all. He misled the whole world in sexual immorality. So that is why all sin needs to be confessed upon his own head and be sent to the wilderness. We put some more. Anuka chapter 9 verses 6. So let's get some account over there. Thou seest what Azazel has done, I take it again. Thou seest what Azazel hath done, who hath taught all unrighteousness on earth, and revealed the eternal secrets which were preserved in heaven, which men were striving to learn. He revealed every secret, the one he knew already unto us here. That is the in vitro, how he always making men in the heavenly laboratory. Science is also creating life right in the lab. He revealed all unto us. Now the book of Anuka chapter 10 verses 8, I read. And the whole world, not some part, and the whole world. Revelation 12 now. The red dragon, that old serpent, deceiveth the whole world. He is the one we are speaking of over here. And the whole earth has been corrupt through the works that were taught
by Azazel. To him ascribe all sin. That is why in the day of atonement, all sin needs to be confessed upon his own head and being sent into the wilderness. And you now goes to the forest and you now cut that tree with your own hand. So you help your father and bring him into the house with your own hands. You want to work salvation for yourself. And I want to do it what? Your own way you create day of rest for yourself. We shall see. Now I want to discuss about the gold. We know who is the tree already. It's Azazel gold. Allah again in totality. It's Allah. Verses 4 now. They deck it with silver and with gold. So I want to speak on that. They fasten it. No, let's first of all take silver and we'll take gold. We want to take it step by step. So in Genesis 3, we see the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Over there, we see the wickedness is taught. He taught the first woman, to seduce her in lusting after power. And that's what he's still doing today. So this tree now is in the wilderness. You now want to go and bring him out. You not paint him with silver. What is silver that you used to deck, this very tree? All right, now here we are, Shemo, Exodus chapter 30, we take from 11 to 16 or so. And Jehovah spake unto Moshe, saying, when thou takest the sum of the children of Yisrael after their number, then shall they give every man a ransom for his soul unto Jehovah, when thou numberest them, that there be no plague among them. So for you not to receive plague, a ransom needs to be given. So we want to check what is that ransom, okay? To make atonement for your soul in order for the plagues of judgment not to descend on you. And let's take the picture. We see the picture over in Exodus chapter 12. They reject the author of life, which is Jehovah himself, and plagues descend on them. The one that accepted Jehovah came out alive from the judgment of Abel. We also see that again in the days of Noah and also in the days of Lot. We see the judgment that before the whole world because they rejected him. And plagues now came unto them. And Yahweh said there is a sum of amount of money you need to pay over here in order for that place to be taken away from you. In anticipation, we are coming more into it because Yahushua paid the price, not us. This is just a memorial, like he said, before the author of life will come and consummate it all. So we want to see what that money was, or what was that money. That's what we want to see now. And how does that relate to the tree or the silver? When thou numberest them, this day shall give every one that passeth among them that are numbered half a shekel. After the shekel of the sanctuary, a shekel is 20 gerahs, and half a shekel shall be offered. It shall be offering unto offering of Yehovah. Every one that passeth among them that are numbered from 20 years old and above shall give an offering unto Yehovah. The rich shall not give more, and the poor shall not give less. That then half a shekel. Okay, when they give an offering unto Jehovah to make an atonement for their souls, and thou shalt take the atonement money of the children of Israel, and shall appoint it for the service of the tabernacle of the congregation, that it may be a memorial unto the children of Israel before Jehovah to make an atonement for your souls. So right now we spread to the other verse to know what is that money, a shekel, half of it that you need to pay. So here comes the clarity of that half a shekel that you need to give for a ransom, for atonement of your soul, in order for plagues not to come unto you. Exodus 38, 25 to 28 as well. And the silver of them that were numbered of the congregation was 100 talents, and 8,000 even 103 score. 8,703 score, and 50 shekels after the shekel of the sanctuary. All right, now do you see what it says? Silver, half a shekel, and it said full shekel is 20 ginaros, and the half of it is 10 shekel. This is deep, okay? Awesome. So this is what they call the temple tax will also include that now. So what is the half shekel? Now you see what silver is now, and we know the tree of life, like what we established already, is a deity, is a Messiah, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil is also playing likewise, a duplicate. So right now, so what was the half shekel of the payment that needs to bring? We see already it's a silver, half of it. What was it? We see again, it said Ginaro is 20. So half of it is going to be 10. So what is the 10? That is going to keep you from the plagues, sir. That is going to make you to escape the place, the judgment of Abayewa. It is the 10th commandment for a start. It is the 10th commandment. And when you keep reading, you're going to see that money you brought, it is to beautify the temple with all kinds of instrumentalists of holiness of heaven. That as soon as you keep this 10 commandments for a start, it's going to beautify. You are the temple of Abayuwa. It's going to beautify every part in and out of you. He builds you. He makes you wise amongst the Gentile. You won't fall into the tricks of serpent. This is the very powerful reason Jesus said he nailed the Lord to the cross. This is why he did it. In order for you to not to know your right from your left, to get the whole matter confused. Now, in anticipation, you cannot redeem your soul. But in anticipation, that was being done. He said for a memorial. Keep it for a memorial, because the very consummation of it is Yahushua HaMashiach. He is the one, to redeem your soul. He is the one to make that atonement of eternal for you. Half a shekel of Ginaro. We see what it is. Half shekel of silver. You things to bring, which is 10 of it. All right, I will put some more. Now, Matthew 17, you can read it all. But my subject begins from 23 or so. You say he was discussing with his disciple, 23, okay, how they're going to kill him. In the third day, he's going to be resurrected. Now, right away, immediately after that, he jumped into this very money of temple tax, they call it. Temple tax. He jumped into that. So what happened now? Let me take it. Said 24. And when they were come to Capernaum, they that received tribute money came to Kepha and said, "Do it not your master pay tribute?" That is the temple. That is the half shekel of Gina, which is silver of your redemption, of the atonement. So they're not asked, because once in your life you have to pay this way. It is temple tax to cleanse your temple. It is in anticipation, because you are paying half, which is the 10th commandment, very popular for everyone, to handle before you keep adding other part of it all to beautify inside your soul. Now 25. He said, yes, and when he was come into the house, Yehoshua and Vetua asked, I prevented him, saying, what thinkest thou, Simeon, of whom do the kings of the earth take their custom or tribute, of their own children or of stranger? Kepha said unto him, of strangers. Yehoshua said unto them, that there are the children free. So right now, what is he speaking of here? The stranger, which is Yehoshua, he never did no wrong. He is the one to bear our sins. Not make him the stranger to the sin. He never did it. He's a stranger, but he's the one to pay for it. Eternal. Now, so we, the children, will be free. So the money is not, the payment is not going to be taken from us. We can't go to the cross. We can't do it. That is not required from us. The participation, playing a part of it, working out your own salvation, that is the only part we be commanded, to hold on in a memorial until it's being consummated. Yehoshua is the one, the stranger, he is the stranger over there that is going to take this upon himself and carry it to the cross. And so we, the children of the house, are free from that bondage, because we are not able to. We can't do that for ourselves. We can't go to the cross. No, we are filled. We can't redeem ourselves, but we are doing this in a memorial, as we read in Exodus 31, in a memorial that the plagues of judgment that is about to come now, your soul will be saved from it. Let's see how he did the miracle. Now we stand the least, we should offend them, go down to the sea and cast an hook and take up the fish. Fish is a miracle that first cometh up, and there thou shalt open his mouth. Thou shalt find a piece of money, that take and give unto them for me and for thee. Half. It's gonna be the fish is gonna be bringing out now what 20 shekel of silver. So right now, half will be for Yahushua and half will be for Kepha, because you must eat this temple tax. But Yahushua did that to commemorate what was being said. But the ultimate of it all, he goes to the cross. Okay, so letting you and me to know that the consummation of redemption of ransom is going to be a miracle unto us. Not that we work for it, not that we deserve it. No, it's a miracle being given unto you. That is why money was being placed in the mouth of fish, because we are the fish of we are the fish. Okay, the fish said, Kepha, from that onward you're gonna be cutting me. As a fisherman, you're gonna be cutting me just the way you normally cut fish. This is how you're gonna be bringing them out of sin. You see, so it is a miracle. That is why that money was being placed in the mouth of the fish as a miracle. This is how our salvation is going to come. It's a miracle. We never deserve it at all. We've been cursed and snatched from. We've been, caught and snatched out from the torment of the eternal link of fire. It is a miracle. Now, half of the shekel which Yahushua himself also gave in consummation of these very practices simply represent his humanity. His humanity is the payment to bring us back home, which is the ransom. Okay, his divinity is the atonement of eternal Calvary. We escape destruction. Okay, which is the half of a shekel. Half of it he gave, and the full one, the half of it, is his divinity. That is the atonement, in order for us to be under his under his Calvary eternal. Okay, and we see what he said. They need to be numbered and they need to be named. Okay, all right now. The name Abba Yehovah call you his own already. That is the name he gave unto you. You are his eternal, his chosen people. Okay, so right now, what is the numbered? He said there needs to be numbered. Okay, there needs to be numbered. Anyone that has been numbered is Abba Yehovah not, does he have a clue of how many his people are? Of course he knew. He just want me to know how he put a seal on me. That is the number. Number simply means you put a seal of ownership. That is the seal of ownership. A seal of ownership is being played. That is the numbering. When you also go to Revelation 14, when you see the number, his name was the seal on our forehead to number you for salvation, to number you for eternal life, to number you among the living, not among the dead. And somebody is also numbering people among the dead, because you are ascribing the works of salvation unto this folly deity. This is how he also numbered you. Revelation 30, the mark of the beast. This is how he also numbered you among the dead, eternal. You doing his work? So the name he gave unto you simply means the redemption. And the number simply means you are his seal of ownership eternal. Because he don't want it to be ignorant at all. That was why he said they should be numbered. And we know 20 years of age it is the growth of a man. I don't know that of a woman anyway, but that of a woman, I did a subject already about it. Should be 14 years, okay? 14 years. That according to history or research, I also did that. Maria was, pregnant in the year in her 14 years. She gave birth. Okay, she gave birth while she was 14. Okay, and according to all this whatever science, they also said that 14 years it is the full grown-up woman. Okay, that is the woman, is everything in her is already been developed. I thought about it already, that Adam should be 20 years, then Kawa should be 14 years, because Adam is a week older than Kawa. And we also see Yahushua himself also fulfill these census. It said a census should be taken to know how many they are. And we see Yahushua also fulfill when he was about to enter into this world first time. A census was also being taken. That is Luke chapter 2. Just to fulfill all this in the day of, redemption. He is doing the works of redemption. All right. So you rejected the biblical Messiah. You are just inviting, plagues upon yourself. We see what happens. Like I said already in Egypt. Okay, they were not covered. Okay, in the days of Noah, there was the whole world. Only 8 people were covered. The days of Lot, almost two countries, not almost 2 countries. Only 3 people, just 3 came out from a whole 2 countries. Netherlands, Germany, only 3 people were covered. Yeah, because they accept him. All right, now here we are, Luke chapter 15, verses 8 to 10. I want to say again. Either what woman, listen, either what woman having 10 pieces of silver is speaking of that money you need to pay. If she lose one pieces, do I not light a candle? Yahushua is the light of the world that she needs to light and use to look for that one piece that was lost. And sweep the house, that is cleanliness, and seek diligently till she found it diligently. He is the rewarder of them that seek him diligently. And when she had found it, she calleth her friends and her neighbors together, saying, Rejoice with me, for I have found the pieces which I had lost. Likewise I say unto you, there is joy in the presence of the angels of Jehovah over one sinner that repented. What is sin? Breaking the royal law. So what was that was lost? Now she was having 9 silver or whatever, now Gindarus, she was having it, but 10 was out. That is, she was still keeping about 9 commandments, and the other commandment she was not keeping, she was breaking it. That makes her a sinner. And this woman is not necessarily like me, speaking of ministry. A ministry, that is keeping some part of the law and not keeping the other part. Now diligently she not light on, she not turn on the light of the word and says something is doing wrong with me. I'm not doing well. Why is this thing going on? Why am I still, fall into this mess? Something is wrong. Where is the harm I'm going to release upon this wicked spirit that is still touching me somehow, making me to be, diligently she not found what was missing. And that now makes it complete. They have Genarus, which is the half shekels of silver, which is the 10 commandment you need to keep, because Genarus we see already is 20. Half of it is 10, which is the 10 commandment. You keep it some part, you left over some part, is not complete. So that was the light. She not turned on the light of the word, which is Yehoshua, in order to know where is this problem coming from. There is a loophole in my life. I need to shut this door. As soon as she does that, angel begins to, wow, she got it. Yes, she is complete. That's it. Then I begin to celebrate. No more breaking of the royal law. Now she knew it already. Not necessarily she. The congregation is the bride of Yahushua. He's speaking of ministry over there. Now Mark chapter 10 verses 44 to 45. Whosoever of you will be chief first shall be servant of all. For even the Son of Man came not to be minister or to be served unto, but to serve. Okay, and to give his life for a ransom for many. This is how he gave his life for us. He's the one that paid the ransom money, not me at all, not you either. Okay, he did it, and he also atoned for us with his own blood. We see what that is already. We are still talking about the silver. And you now paint this fallen deity, Azazel God that's supposed to dwell in the wilderness. You now said he is the one that give you this salvation. He paid the ransom. He make the atonement for you. That's what you are saying. That is the silver. That is the mystery of the silver you put upon the tree, which is Sempet himself. Now we go for the gold part. And with gold. So let's see what gold is also speaks of in this tree, the decked with. All right, now we see the gold already. So let's see what that is. 1 Peter chapter 1 verse 7. That the trial of your faith be much more precious than of gold. So gold is compared to be faith, having faith in something, okay, or someone. Right now, these people, through their faith that they have upon this tree of knowledge of good and evil, which is their Jesus, because there is no tree without branches. We see, said the dragon, the great dragon, that old serpent is one person, which is called the devil and serpent. They are not one, but they are different. The serpent is, the dragon is called serpent, we see already. And is the highest order of all angels, the very what they call seraphims. Simply mean the fiery ones. In plural, fiery ones. In singular, seraphs. What does that mean? Fiery flying serpent is the highest order. This says in the 7th heaven. And the devil is being called covering cherubim, the Lucifer himself. Okay, is the branch in this tree. The very one that decked, the very one that decorates with silver and with gold. And you not give the work of atonement to Jesus. And you now say Jesus is the one that goes to the cross for you. And your Jesus now die on Friday, 3 o'clock. And your Jesus now raise early Sunday, the day of some money. Where did you get 3 days? And where did you get 3 nights? You keep sun, the day of sun. And you worship this holy deity, the day that fell from glory, as a memorial unto day to keep the day that fell, they lose all heavy. That is the day you worship. That is the day you keep. That is your mandatory day, you reverend. So through their faith, they now begin to propagate these wicked lies in the four corners of the earth. It said even the elect will be deceived. Matthew 24:24. We see a Messiah. They say first Messiah shall come, and with false prophets, they will do great signs and wonders to deceive many, even the elect. And through this their wicked faith, they now begin to propagate this lie that Sunday is the day of rest, Christmas is his birthday. They reverse the whole situation in order to trample down truth. Now about the golden calf. We see what gold is already, a golden calf. Through faith against something drastic also took place over here. Exodus 32:1. And when the people saw that Moshe delayed to come down out of the Mount Sinai, the people gathered themselves together unto Aaron and said unto him, Up, make us gods, which shall go before us. Okay, now we see that already. This we said they said this fellow. We don't know what happened to him too now. And Aaron said unto them, Bring of the golden earrings which are in the ears of your wives, listener, of your sons and of your daughters, and bring them unto me. And all the people break off the golden earrings which were in their ears and brought them unto Aaron. And he received them and at their hand and fashioned it with a crevitor after he had made a molten calf and said, This be your gods, thy gods, your gods. So my question is that does man wear earring? He said, and also bring the earrings in your ears, your wife's ear, your daughters, and your son. May also wear earring. He's speaking of a figure of speech. Their ears was being dedicated unto this golden calf. This is another golden calf Christmas tree. Their ears, both the ears of their wife, of their sons and daughters, was being dedicated unto the golden calf. To listen and to hear his voice. Just as Christians do, they are listening. All of them, they bring it. They have it everywhere already. Don't try these people. Preparation powerfully. You will see them that day. You don't know these people. Exactly the way Aaron makes, this golden calf, the same Christianity and paganism, all is making the Christmas tree. We see already this is total works of salvation in the cross. It says they fasten it with nails. That is the works of redemption right at the cross. And with hammers that it move not. That is binding together eternal. That is the agreement of oneness. He move not. He is with you. Eternal. You put it in your house. You first and say, stay here. We are one eternal. He move not. Now, what is the hammer? Jeremiah 29. Jeremiah 23:29. Is not my word like as a fire, saith Yahuwah, and like a hammer that breaketh the rock in pieces. We see what hammer is. It is the word of a deity. Either the word of Yahuwah or the word of the opposer. Now they have their word. You see what they do? It is their own word. Whatever what I said, they want to twist it. Whatever this group is keeping is not found in the royal law, except they want to twist it and rationalize it. But it's not found in the royal law in a nutshell. That is the word of this deity, the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Give it unto them. All right, now this is the tree Jesus nailed the law to. The tree of disobedience. He nailed. The law is here. This is the tree, This is the tree. Here is their cross. He nailed the royal law over here. Don't keep it. Baby, keep it Babylonian. You bring this thing on. It is your cross where your Jesus nailed the royal law. For you not to keep it, for you to be keeping nonsense. Quickly, let me call the leftover scripture. If I'm not able to deal with it over here, then I follow up with the other one. Now, Isaiah 66 verses 17, it talk about the tree. You centered around. Okay, now where is the other part? Deuteronomy 16:21, Isaiah 57:5, 2 Kings 17:10 and 16, Deuteronomy 12:2, Isaiah 1:14-15, Ezekiel 28:1-19, Leviticus 17:10-14, No, that's the blood you are drinking is life, okay? Genesis 3, 9, 3 to 5. Okay, don't drink blood. Ezekiel 3, anyone that drink blood, the blood of the apostle is going to be requested from you. James 2, 17 to 26. Faith without work is dead. There is their works. They said they don't do works. You do works. It's dead. There is their faith, like I said already. Now, Isaiah 66, 17. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree, in the midst, it is swine flesh. They said Jesus cleansed swine, pig for them to be eating pork. And the abomination and the must shall be consumed together, saith Yahuwah. That is judgment, okay? So this is how they sanctify, this is how they purify themselves around this one tree in the garden, the tree of knowledge of good and good and evil. Deuteronomy 16, verses 21, I read, Thou saith, thou shalt not plant, excuse me. All right, now take it again. Thou shalt not plant thee a grave of any trees near unto the altar of Yahuwah thy Elohim, which thou shalt make thee. But we see that today in the Christendom. I read Isaiah 57, verses 5. Inflaming yourselves with idols under every green tree, slaying the children in the valleys under the self of the rock. This is how you are killing the people of Yahuwah. Okay? Say under every great tree, everywhere here, is churches everywhere. That is their hill. So family, I begin with the other part, the leftover part. I will deliberate more on it. It said, inflaming yourself with idols under every great tree, slaying the children in the valleys under the whatever. You see this, how you are doing. You engrave yourself.